Hi everybody, welcome back to those who've been hanging with me some time, and welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. I'm AdelaLavine, intuitive and medium. All right now, so we're going to get into how to cleanse ourselves. Not in the shower, although you should do that as well, but how to actually cleanse our energy. And a lot of energy is kind of heavy right now. So I thought it would be good, because even I've had to remind myself that, it time and time again, that cleansing your energy, resetting it is definitely something you have to do. So we're moving into this time of year slowly, right? Am I jumping? Not really. It's like about a month away, right? So I chose, my good old, one of my good old Jack cups today, mugs today, and I wanted to do a couple announcements. First, I am giving 50% off of all my readings for this week, for Labor Day week. Everyone is offering something, and this is what I have to offer. And you can go ahead and use the code 50 right over here. And I also wanted to just let you guys know that on my Patreon, I'm always posting extra things. And if you like to go over to my Patreon, it's only $5 to join. You can get all of the extra videos I put on there and things that I'm teaching. And of course, you can always follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and of course here. So if you could subscribe and comment today, that would be awesome. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to show you the things that I do. So let's start with something light, and we're going to look at oils. I was going to say we're going to use oils, which we are going to use oils. This was an oil that I had for a while with AdelaLavine oil, which is basically frankincense and myrrh and lavender and things and all that. We haven't been putting them out, but you can use oil, and you can use frankincense and myrrh, and you can also use dragon's blood, lavender, and I always say go for the wrists, and of course the third eye and the back of your neck for sure. And honestly, anywhere that feels like good, I'm just looking to see like how much oil's here. Anything that smells and kind of lifts you and feels good, because what you're trying to do is not only cleanse, but you're trying to give yourself a lift. So when you kind of use any kind of oil, this is a perfect way if you're just sitting at your desk, if you're just sitting, even in your car, or if you're at a restaurant and you're just like, okay, I just feel like the energy today is really getting to me. Everybody here is getting to me. And you want to look at it like, I'm just going to do a little protection / energy boost. So this is kind of like on the go. You're in the moment. You don't have a lot of time. You just kind of want to feel like you want to cleanse, your own energy really quick. So using anything like frankincense, myrrh, lavender, dragon's blood lifts, and frankincense and myrrh is definitely a cleanse. So cleanse it. If you notice, I've said that a few times because I love those three together. Lavender is always awesome. It's always great, but it's not like really a full cleanser. So that's why I would use some other things with it. And you can always find those things everywhere. I recommend Etsy Soul Niche. They're really great because they're quick and they have a lot of great stuff, but I'm sure there's many of them out there. But people ask me a lot, where I go online. I prefer to go on a place like Etsy when it comes to oils and incense, because there's usually people who are a little bit on the witchy side who are making them, versus to like Amazon, which they're probably getting them in bulk. And you really care about the energy someone is putting into it. I always say it's what stank they're putting onto it. Okay, now here is obviously my all-time favorite, which is going to be incense. And I use Resin incense. And I'm going to say it again. This is Gloria blend, and it is definitely soul niche. Niche. What is it? Niche or niche? Sorry. I'm like trying to make sure it's all like pretty, but it's really no way to prettify this because I use it so much. So this is the Gloria blend, and it's soul niche on Etsy. And I use 3 Kings coal, because this is resin, which means you burn it. You've seen me do this before. And and it gets very smoky. So I'm warning you, this for people who don't like a lot of smoke, or if you don't like burning incense, you may not want to do it this way. You may just want to go for the stick incense. And if you don't like smoky at all, I have some other options I'm going to show you in a minute. I like to use actual stick. I got these at Mystic Museum, where I read at about twice a month at the store here in Burbank. And the reason why I like to use like a match, I just like the energy of it, and it's just like, it feels good, smells good. And remember, when you're cleansing, you're going for that feel and smell. That's why I say that you want to do something that feels good to you. So you let it burn all the way across. So it's going to go all the way across. It's going to sparkle. You're going to see the little sparkles, and it moves across the coal. This is what a coal that is already burnt looks like. This is like burnt, and I poured water. Key thing, when we are done here, and I'm going to show you how I do it, you don't burn water, you pour water over the coal to like make sure it is completely distinguished. Now these are the big 3 kings. These are the big ones, and they will stay hot for probably like 5 hours. These are the ones people use in hookahs, and they have smaller ones that burn for about 2 hours, but that's still a long time. So once you drop your incense on it and you think it's like, okay, I'm done, that's it, I burned my incense, and you just walk away. Wrong. It is still hot, and it won't look red, because after it burns all the way through, it's going to start to turn color. And I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to turn like, it'll start to turn like white, and it'll even smoke a little bit, as you can see, just from the coal. I haven't even put anything on it yet. Okay, so then you go ahead and you get your soul niche, and they know I've referred to a lot of people over there on Etsy, and you just take like a few. You take like two or 3. Like, here's what they look like when they're kind of in the pure form, meaning like here's just one. They're little rocks, and you take it and you drop on top of the coal. You just do like a couple, and you see the smoke is already rising from the one. Look at that. Can you feel the cleanse? Can you feel it? And then you want to take it and you want to move around yourself. Even if you're going to use a stick, you want to move it around yourself. Move it under your chin, move it around your head, move it around your back. Now I'm going to bring it up a notch, and I'm going to add 2 more of these, and I'm going to add 2 more because they burn really fast and they bubble. So meaning like it will melt. So that's what I mean by bubble. So it's already burning and it's already bubbling. And so I'm not really here. I could do a tutorial on all incense if you like, but I'm here mostly to show you like how to cleanse. Okay. So then you want to kind of go around your head, even around your hands, and just like actually, now some people can't take it this close. I love it. I'm like, burn the smoke, let the smoke rise, get all this stuff. And as you're doing it, you want to say, I want to cleanse, think of something positive. Maybe do this when you have at least like 5 minutes to take the time to do it. Maybe when you're like, not like just running out the door. And if you can, like try and do this like even longer, would be great, because you can sit there and it's not a meditative thing. This is a cleanse. This is like, kind of imagine you're cutting off all of the things of the day, all of the things of the week, all of the people, and you're getting rid. Now, anybody use the coal here? Leave in the comments below. Anybody use this coal? What do you use? Do you use stick? Let me know. And how much do you love this, or is it too much? Now, if you live with someone who doesn't like it, or you don't like it, I totally get it. And we're going to move on to the other options, which is spray. And you can find, and I don't think Soul Niche has it, but you could probably find other people who do Gloria in a bottle. And this one was made for me. It has rocks in it, as well as the oil water. So you can also spray around you, just like you're doing the incense. Spray around you, spray behind you, kind of like you can, you're trying to cleanse basically the energy like around you as well as yourself. But I did wanted to show you something, and this is like a rose, oil spray, not rose oil, but rose spray. And, we use it all the time for our face, right? We kind of like feel like refreshed. But if you feel like you want to just do something on your body, you can. This works for that. I don't think Gloria or anything like you want to spray on your body. It's a little bit more of an intense, spray. Sorry if I keep looking at myself in the camera. It's because I'm trying to see if I'm actually like, doing it right. So I apologize. I'm not being in love with myself, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right for you. So yeah, go ahead and, use like a rose or lavender spray for yourself as well, or you can couple them all. And that is my ultimate package to sell to you, not literally, but the idea. So the ultimate thing I would say to do is the oil, on the wrists, on the third eye, on the back of the neck. And I'm going to explain why in the back of the neck. And a spray, like everything, I just want to cleanse the space real quick. And by the way, using a spray in your place of work or living with someone who doesn't appreciate incense and things like this, totally works great. People usually like the smell. And here's a little tip. You can also use a candle that has these properties. So if you have a candle that has like frankincense, and they do sell those and things like that, you can burn that. And that's a way to maybe just cleanse not only you, but your space. And then also, I think I said this already, yourself. And then the big enchilada here, which is this. Okay. So kind of like really kind of cleansing yourself and with the incense. I personally, I know some people like call this smudging and everything like this. I personally don't use those terms, and I don't use those properties as far as that goes. I like to use resin incense myself, and I like to use coal because this is cleansing and lifting. So I should be clear that you're cleansing your energy and you're lifting. So whenever you're, kind of going for only cleansing, you're getting rid of everything. You're getting rid of all the good stuff you've put on around you. We want to like get rid of all the stuff you don't want, all this, we want to reset. We want to recharge. We don't want to get rid of everything. And whenever you're kind of going, I just want to cleanse the space, or you're saying, I want to smudge the space and things like that, or yourself, then you're getting rid of everything. So what I love about Gloria is it has like frankincense and myrrh and dragon's blood and other properties. And what I love about frankincense and myrrh and dragon's blood in general is that it cleanses and it lifts. So meaning like, you're like, I want to get rid of the things I don't want to deal with. And I mean, I don't want to deal with because I don't want this, on me anymore. So this is a good time a good time is what I wanted to say to do this would be at least once a week. If you feel like you have a job or things in your life that are just kind of like really plummeting you and having a hard time, then every day. But definitely at least once a week where you're cleansing yourself and kind of resetting. Like I said, some of you may feel like you need this daily, and absolutely, I burn something every day or put oil. I do one of these things every day. Doing all of them, I used to do them, especially when I was reading in a location with a bunch of other people and readers, and I did all of them daily. So I feel like you have to gauge like how you're feeling and what you feel works for you. The idea of cleansing is not the idea of getting rid of bad things. It's the idea of getting rid of things that don't belong to you. So if you're someone who's sensitive, or if you're someone who's even around people who are just not being conscious of the energy they're throwing at you, you're like, I just need to reset it. Even doing this for you guys right now. I feel like good. It's making me feel better. And I'll forget like, oh, that's right. I need to do things for me. Now, lastly, final step when it comes to coal. Water. Watch what happens. Hear that sound? That's how hot it is. And by the way, I poured even extra water, which I don't normally do. You don't need to fill it. I poured extra water just to make sure. But that one amount of water, maybe a little bit dab, once you hear that, you want to make sure. Trust me, I've made the mistake of not making sure once, and then I will never do that again. So you really want to make sure because they stay very, very hot, okay? And if you don't have one of these, which they do sell these on places like Etsy and stuff, these are like canters basically. Use a pot. You can use a pot from your kitchen, anything metal, nothing glass, nothing porcelain. It will crack, it will break, and it won't be pretty. Nothing plastic, of course. So anything metal is good. Not in a cup like this. Nothing porcelain. Nothing ceramic, because it will crack it. That is how hot those coals get if you're choosing to use that. So again, this is a good thing to do. This should be like brushing your teeth and combing your hair, except for it really isn't, because I said just you can do it once a week. But it's like a maintenance, like doing your laundry. Look at it like that. Cleaning your house. It is something that you should be doing on a continuous basis, because after a while you tend to forget how much energy tends to build up around you, and you got to cleanse it. And even I forget. You go, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. I did a little run, I did a little walk, I thought some good thoughts and I'm good. No. It's like a frequency, and it's like frequencies that kind of attach themselves, and you're like, hey, I need to like reset, recharge, and cleanse. I hope that helped. Thank you guys.